Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Welcome back from the Night Radiance to the channel. And today we have another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator. And today we are working on a Jaguar XJS. A sleeper Jaguar in my opinion, with a V12. So, what do we have? Well, we do have a rusty body and a very torn, car basically. So, let's see what we can do with this one. Although there are no engine swap options, so we do have to stick with the V12 HE. And yeah, let's see what we can make out of this. I think this will definitely be a sleeper, so let's see what we can do to this one. So, I will see you in the workshop.
The next day.
So, we have arrived in the workshop and in the bay. So, what do we have? We have a rusted body, like I said. Now, let's get right into stripping this one down. And let's see what we can do to the engine. Upgrade it fully towards its maximal potential. So, let's see what we can do to this one. From July of 1981, the XJS was renamed the XJS HE and received the new high-efficient V12 engine for much better fuel economy. A positive side effect of the more efficient Fireball combustion chamber designed by Swiss engineer Michael May was that the power output was increased to 295 horsepower or 263 horsepower in North America. At the same time, the XJS HE received changes to its exterior and interior. There was a body-colored boot trim in place of the standard previous black, new 5-spoke Starfish alloy wheels fitted with two 1570R15 Pirelli Cinturato P5 tires, chrome inserts on the upper parts of the bumper, and blurred alum inserts on dashboard and door capings. And there we have it, the fully stripped Jaguar XJS. And now let's get the welder over here because we need to get this one fixed and fully restored. So how much does it cost? Only 900 bucks. That's what we like to see for a professional weld job. And there we go, in pristine condition. A very nice color. I really like this color. A nice bluish green color. Anyway, now let's go over towards the engine. And here it is, the V12 HE. Now let's get right into building this beautiful engine. Let's give it a shot. The 5.3 liter production engine had an overhead 90mm bore times 70mm stroke, producing 242 horsepower to 295 horsepower, depending on emission controls and compression ratio, and up to 400 Nm of torque in fuel injected form. Right from the start of the production in 1971, the V12 engine had Lucas Opus oscillating pickup systems electronic ignition. Initially, the Opus ignition amplifier unit was secured directly to the engine between the cylinder heads and the had problems due to overheating. In later cars, the ignition amplifier has been removed away from the engine where it could get airflow for cooling. Originally, the V12 was supposed to use an advanced fuel injection system under development by A.E. Brico, but this plan was cancelled at a late stage, possibly due to concerns that the design was too similar to Bosch products. The V12 as used in the Series 3 E-types, Series 1 XJ12s and the early Series 2 XJ12s had 4 side draft Zenith Stromberg carburetors. After April of 1975, the V12 engine used in the Series 2 XJ12 and the new XJS had a licensed copy of the Bosch D-Jetronic system adapted by Lucas for the use on the V12. And there we have it, the powerhouse of the Jaguar XJS. A very interesting engine to build, a lot of mechanical parts, and yeah, quite a nice design for the airflow and that kind of stuff. A very interesting engine nonetheless. Well, we have to get this one over towards the Jaguar, so let's get this one over. And oh, this one is gonna be heavy. Oh, yes, it is. Come on, we got it. Okay, almost there, almost there. No, don't drift aside. No, come on, walk around it. No, okay. No, don't run into the desk. Okay, oh, and we are at the crane. Okay. Whew. Whoa, that was a heavy engine. Now you can go back. Very nice. Look at this power unit. What a engine. It's really big. So let's continue on restoring this whole body, and let's see what we can make of this, because what kind of color should we do? Should we do like a British Racing Green or something else? I don't know. Well, first of all, let's get this one back together, shall we? So let's get right into it. In 1983, the new 3.6 liter Jaguar XJS straight 6 engine was introduced along with the new convertible model called the XJS. The coupe's rather small rear seats were removed in order to make space for the removable soft top, making it a strict two-seater car. The XJS was not a full convertible but a fixed profile variant with a non-removable center targa type structure, fixed handrails above the doors and fixed rear quarter windows. The 6-cylinder car can be identified by a raised bonnet center section. Between 1983 and 1987, the 6-cylinder engineered cars were only available with a 5-speed manual transmission. The earlier manual models were not imported by Jaguar into the United States, which has to wait until the facelift manual 4-liter XJS coupe and convertible coupe became available. A V12 powered XJS was introduced in 1985. And there we have it, the fully restored Jaguar XJS, a very nice sleeper car in my opinion, and a very classic car nonetheless. So this car has a V12 and this one has definitely got some power, but first let's get it in the paint shop.
1 season later.
So we have arrived in the paint shop and everything is prepared to get this one a paint job. Now, what do we have? Well, this is a very clean color to be honest, but what do we have more? A yellow one, very interesting. We have a gold one, but we also have the British Racing Green one, the most iconic I think for Jaguar. Ooh, unfortunately no livery set, so what kind of beautiful color do we want? Well, I think, ooh, the red looks nice. Yellow looks very classy, like the old yellow. Yeah, I think we should do something a bit weird. You know what? Let's go with the yellow. I think that is a very awesome color. I think it suits the car perfectly. Now, we have painted the car. Let's go. That is a very quick paint session, to be honest. Unfortunately, no livery sets. I always like the liveries. So now let's get over towards the dyno. And let's see how much power this one actually makes.
5 minutes later.
So we have arrived with our beautiful Jaguar. Now, in this light, I gotta say, that yellow looks very beautiful in my opinion. So, let's get right into the test. Although there were no ECUs and carburetors, I don't know. Carburetors on this vehicle. So, we go straight into tuning this car. So, the car makes standard power of 280 horsepower at 5,320 RPM. And we have standard newton meters of 421 newton meters of torque at 3,500 RPM. The newton meters already going up and the horsepower is having a steady line as well. That's very nice. Let's see, what do we make? Oh wow, I was not expecting that. That is a very beautiful number. Wow, that's very nice. So we currently make 566 horsepower at 5,390 RPM. That's an increase of 287 horsepower. That's an increase of 103% from the factory power. A very nice increase in my opinion. Now we also make 814 newton meters of torque at 3,765 RPM. That's an increase of 393 newton meters at 94% increase of the factory power. So we do have a very torquey and very powerful fast Jaguar over here. Now let's go over in the sunlight and I will see you and let you hear the car. Let's give it a shot. Now, it is a naturally aspirated V12 engine, so there were no turbo noises, or I should say heavy noise, but nonetheless a very beautiful engine for a gorgeous car. And oh yeah, it suits this car. I'm actually kind of falling in love. I was not expecting this car to be so beautiful. So now you hear the engine, and let's go over for a little test drive and see how fast this one actually can go. I'm very curious. Let's give it a shot.
The next day.
So here we are at the speed test. Now let's see what this one can do. Let's give it a shot. And there we go, and we are off. Oh, nice high in the RPMs. So unfortunately this car only has 4 gears. I was looking at the transmission and yeah, only 4 gears, but this one can go very fast. So now, there we go, 200, 240, very nice. Top speed, what is the top speed? How fast does this go? We're almost hitting 300, that's very impressive. And we are coming towards the end, and 294 I should say. 294 kilometers an hour. That's a very nice number. Oh, a little bit in spin. And switch the camera. Okay, how's the handling? Okay, yeah. It is a little bit much. But to be honest, it's way better than the other cars that are rear wheel drive. So yeah, I would say this is one of the better rear wheel drive cars that I have tuned or worked on. So yeah, that's basically a little speed test. 294 kilometers an hour. That's a very nice number for this car. Well, let's go over towards the garage for the final results. And we are back at the garage where it all began today. Now, what are the numbers? Well, we make a fully 100% Jaguar XJS. Let's go. A very nice color, and we have a engine that produces 566 horsepower and an engine that also produces 814 Nm of torque. And we tuned the engine at a 97.30% increase. That is a very nice number. Well, did we get all the parts? I think we did, because otherwise you cannot hit the 100% mark, as you can see right over here at the parts. But the main question is, of course, how much money can we get? And does this make a little nice profit? Your question shall be answered, and here it is. Let's go. Okay, well, I was expecting a little bit more, maybe 150, that would be awesome. But hey, nonetheless, still made a beautiful amount of profit. So we can sell the car for 102,501 credits. And we make a solid profit of 95,178 credits for this beautiful car right over here. Well, I think I have to sell it on anyway, because I am running again a little bit low, but there's one more project that we can do with the money that we have, so we're gonna save it, this one for now. But let me know, should we sell it or should we keep it? Let me know in the comments down below, that would be much appreciated. Anyway, that is it for today. I hope you all like and subscribe, that would be much appreciated. And if you have anything to say, tips, tricks, or just something you got a question about, let me know in the comments down below, that would be awesome. And without further ado, I wish you a very nice day nonetheless. And I will see you next Sunday. Peace out, everybody!